So I'm trying to be Zen-like. Hi, I'm Ralph, and welcome to the Ageless Runner. So, being Zen-like is a term often associated with Zen Buddhism, which is a religion, spirituality. People practice that are very meditative, very self-focused, very aware of the moment. Now, we're not going to talk about Buddhism or spirituality or religion. Rather, we're going to talk about what's it mean to be Zen-like and how can running foster a more Zen-like feeling within you, and how you can incorporate this practice into your running routine to help foster that within your own self. So typically people more Zen-like are more calm, have a more centered demeanor, more sense of inner peace, and more focused in the present, in the moment, and don't let too many of the worries and distractions of life get to them as well as it does a lot of us. And running is a great way to achieve that Zen-like appearance, because not only is it physically healthy, but also can help cultivate that peace and that mindfulness through meditation while running. And we're going to explore what I mean by meditation while running. So the first thing running does, helping us become more Zen-like, takes no special effort on our part, just the act of running. And that is the biochemical processes that happen that release endorphins. Endorphins are kind of like, natural painkillers. They give us feelings of euphoria and happiness. And so we get those feel-good chemicals in our body, helps us become more relaxed, less concerned about what's going on around us. So running and endorphins are a good thing. They help promote, even if you don't get this meditative state I'm going to talk about, it still is good to get those endorphins, helps us relax and feel a little happier. Now, I mentioned getting this meditative state in running, and a big effort in doing that, a big way to do that is to focus more on our breathing and our steps. But before we even go out and run, and if you want to try this and get into this meditative state, this Zen-like appearance, you need to ditch the electronics, leave them at home. Don't listen to music, don't listen to your audiobook, don't listen to your podcast, leave them at home, because that's a distraction. You're not going to get into this meditative state, this Zen-like state, if you're listening to something electronic. If you want to take your running watch with you and maybe check it in once in a while, keep track of the time and your distance, that's fine. But don't let electronics be your focus. That should be the last thing you take with you. Now, the first way to do this, the way I like it, to focus on our breath, focus on our running, is to count the number of steps we inhale and exhale. So you might count in for 3 and count out for 3. 1, 2, 3 in, 1, 2, 3 out. Doesn't have to be 3 and 3. It could be 3 in, 2 out. It could be 4 and 3. It should seem natural. Don't force any particular steps in and out. Get in your pace, get in your running, get your breathing natural, and focus on the breathing, and just start counting in breaths and out, and just focus on that and let that just happen naturally. Keep your mind focused on your breathing, focused on your steps. Don't think about other things. Don't think about the errands you got to run. Don't think about the presentation you got to do, the emails you got to answer. Breathe into so many steps, breathe out, and do that over and over and over. Helps you get into that kind of meditative state. I'm not going to use the word trance, but it's a little bit meditative because you're only focusing on your breathing and your steps, and that helps keep out those outside distractions. Now, the second technique is use a mantra. I was kind of joking around beginning of the video. I was sitting there going, as kind of a mantra. But we want to use a running mantra, like, I am a strong runner, and repeat that over and over and over. If you could sync that to your steps, all the better. Sometimes the mantra you're using may not work very well with time of your steps, but if you could repeat, I am a strong runner, every 2 or 3 steps, I am a strong runner, I am a strong runner. Focus on that mantra, focus on your steps. That again, help get you into that meditative state, keep out those outside distractions. It's a great technique. And of course, mantras help build up your inner self-confidence, help you feel better, feel like a stronger runner. Now, the third technique really focuses on being self-aware of what's around you, what's going on around in your little running environment where you're going, and that's to focus on your senses. And this technique I'm going to share with you, you can not only use it during running, you can use it other than running, and I'll talk more about that here in a second. But really want to engage your senses, and I want you to engage sight, sound, and smell. As you're running down the road, and again, you should be, maybe you're breathing and timing your steps, you don't have to, but you're running down the road, I want you to start off and look for 5 things that you can see. I see a tree, I see a fire hydrant, I see a stop sign. Do 5 things you can see. Pick out 5 things. And then pick out 5 things you can hear. What can you hear? Maybe you hear a child off in the distance, hear an airplane overhead, whatever. 5 things you can hear. And then what are 5 things you can smell? You breathe in through your nose. What are those smells that you can get? You got to concentrate on these things. Again, it makes you concentrate on the world around you. And when you're doing that, you're not thinking about other things. So after you do 5, 5, and 5, then go down and do 4. 4 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 4 things you can smell. And you can all the way down to 1. And when you get down to 1, you can either decide to, repeat it, or you can go on and do another technique. Maybe start up with a mantra. But by engaging those three senses, you're keeping your mind occupied with something other than what's around you and making you very aware of your environment because you're looking and hearing and smelling things around you. Very good technique. Now, I said you could use other than running. If you're ever in a situation where you feel stressed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling some panic within you, do the same thing. 5 things you can see. 5 things you can hear, 5 things you can smell. You can do 5 things you can feel, especially if you do that, like maybe you're in a car or a plane or a meeting. What can you feel with your body? And go 5 all the way down to 1. It's a great distraction to relax your body, relax your mind. Take your mind off whatever it is that's causing you anxiety at the moment. That was given to me many years ago, and I've used it many times myself when I got into an anxious situation. So use it while you're running, and the value in running is focusing on your running world, focusing on the present moment, and being aware of what's going on around you at that time. Now, one of the final things you can do to help bring the Zen-like ability within you is make sure you run when you're uncomfortable. In other words, run in environments that aren't ideal. Go out when it's raining, go out when it's cold, go out when it's blustery, because by getting through that discomfort, getting through those difficult conditions, it builds up your resilience and your mental fortitude. And by doing that, you're able to handle life challenges a little better. Again, that's more Zen-like. If I can handle these challenges because I'm self-aware, I'm centered, I'm relaxed, and I'm used to discomfort, or I can handle discomfort, makes you handle them a little better, makes you a little more Zen-like. Finally, before and after you run, take some time to stretch, especially before you run. Stretch and breathe. Practice your breathing before you run. Kind of get into that state of relaxation. And after you run, that stretching helps you cool down. Focus on your breathing, helps you relax and unwind from your run. Again, it's all to help you create that inner self of awareness, inner self of sense of peace and gratitude. So by doing these things, getting the endorphins, getting that meditative state through counting breaths or steps or mantras, and becoming aware of what's going on around you, helps create that Zen-like peace within you, helps you navigate life's challenges a little better, help you handle what's thrown at you every day of your life. So practice those things, give it a chance. Again, leave the electronics at home. Try it. You don't have to do it all the time, but do it on some of your runs and give that a try. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like more content from the Aegis Runner, please consider connecting on my Patreon channel. It's only $4 a month. I have other videos on there I like to share with you. Some of it's more personal. I do a weekly video called Talk Time, where I talk about what's going on in my running world on my channel. And I have a couple of informational videos that are not on YouTube, but are on Patreon. Love to see you there. But if not, I'm glad you're here. And if you like this video, please scroll down, hit the like icon. And if you're new here, boy, I would love to have you be a subscriber. Please hit that subscribe icon. Thank you so much, and happy running.